Hi, in this video, I'm going to talk about something that happened just last night. It's yesterday. It's not something that I've never known before. I've known it before. I've, felt it before. But just, when something like that comes back around, it gets to you. And it's about what people want to pay these days and how they want to use people. Oh my goodness, that's not a laughing matter, but yeah. And it started off that I was looking at the website for one of these local. I think it's run by the state. I'm pretty sure is for people to help people get jobs. And there was something that a woman there had told me before, and it really had bothered me. She said that about people at a certain age, and I'm thinking she said 55. I'm not sure. They'll help them to get to find a new job. People that are 55 years old, and I asked about it. But I'm not 55. I'm 54 right now. I just had a birthday, but this was like a year or two ago, and I asked about it, and the part of the name to the place is called Solutions. And well, when she told me about their program that's supposed to help people 55 years and older, it really made me furious. I said, "You're not part of the solution. You're part of the problem." Because what they were doing was saying that they would help them to get a job, but they could only work part-time and at minimum wage or less. And yes, some programs, some can pay people that aren't disabled. They do it for people who are disabled. Oh my goodness, really? That's a crime shame, seriously. But these are for people who aren't disabled, and they can still pay them less. And that's why I told her, you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Because seriously, you think somebody hits 55 and all of a sudden that 50 even some places. I was shocked when they said 50 was a senior citizen. Really? I always heard of senior citizen people who were retirement age, 65 and older. But anyway, something come from this. Okay, I need to take a breath there. All right. But yeah, so I had looked on their website the other day, and I looked to see if they had changed this, if something had come from it and everything. Well, they had some links for people who were, I don't know, maybe it was over 50, I don't know. And, but it was meant for people who were older, than what? Yeah. So, I followed some of those links, and my goodness, it was like, they're certainly promoting this even more if they're promoting that, because when I looked at them, some of them were like jobs from home and stuff like this, and they weren't actually it was really nice, but they weren't actually saying the jobs, but they were saying where you could go to, to look for something, for another website, not even connected to them, but, like you say, go look on this website and maybe you'll find a job kind of thing. And some of those were the same kind of thing. They were like doing online transcription, and you start to look really deep into those, and you see how little they pay. Yeah. Okay, where was I? I don't know, but yeah, I was getting really annoyed by that. It was, but one of them even said the average a month, and I was thinking that would have been when I was reading it, I didn't read a week yet. I was thinking it was going to be a week, but it was a month of what they would earn was something like the average $240 a month. And yeah, I mean, of course they didn't say how many hours, but they said the maximum that people had earned was something like, I think it was 1,200, or I don't know, maybe as much as 14 something, I don't know, but it wasn't that much. And I'm like, we live in such a society that people just take advantage. Greed has gone outrageous. And many of us have been saying that for many years. I mean, people have probably been saying that before we were even thought of, we were even born. But yeah, it just seems like it's gotten worse. Or it could be just that it's more noticeable, or both. But it's ridiculous. So anyway, yesterday I was looking on I don't want to name the websites, but I want to go back to work, but yeah, I don't know with my dental work, but I still have that same issue. I went to the dentist Friday, and he said it's going to be till the next time, which is just under 3 months. Yeah, until I can, this problem that's making me slur is going to be over. Yeah, dental didn't work. Anyway, that was a squirrel moment. But anyway, I went to this, like I actually physically went, this website, okay, and, I've heard about it's a good place to go and look for jobs because they're supposed to screen the jobs, and that way they're not, rip-off artists and stuff. Anyway, one of them, it was something that I could do, I used to do when I was younger. Okay, and when I was younger, I used to do what was data entry. I don't think they even have jobs these days for that. But it was. And I was kind of curious because one of them says work from home, data entry, and I'm thinking, well, wait a minute now. Unless it's somebody local to you and you go pick up whatever work you need to enter, it would make no sense. You still have to not work from home exactly, totally. You got to go get the stuff, Anyway, it led to something else. It was not that kind of thing. It was about doing surveys online and watching videos and getting paid for that. Anyway, I signed up curious because I could tell it wasn't going to be worth crap. And I was right. You're working for like even $1 an hour. You can sit there and work an hour. I would say, this is just my experience. I don't know if all of them are like that. I'm not naming any one of them. But yeah, and I tried more than one. Okay, because it kept leading. If you do this one, if you get this, if you go to this one, and all that kind of stuff. So I did it, and I spent a good portion of yesterday, because I'm a curious kind of person like that. And I spent a good portion of the day trying to see really how they are. How bad they are with this. And it is pretty bad. Seriously. But then it made me start thinking. Okay, it made me think, because basically you're doing stuff, and they use this to advertise that you're really doing stuff that you already do anyway, but this time you're at least getting a little money for it. And that's true. Because you watch videos. Although I could never find it that it paid it for me to watch any of those videos. And you do surveys online. That's if you're looking for a job. You might apply for a lot of them online. I've found that to be a waste of time to apply for a job online. I really did. And I've spoken to people, at these places, and they said, before we pull something offline, we've already had people come in and apply for it, or friends or something. Yeah, so I think that's a waste of time anyway. Well, you do that. You do these little surveys. If you qualify for them, they put you through, asking questions about you, and then they say, well, you don't qualify. So you don't get any crap for, for all that. On some of them, I heard there's supposed to be one. Anyway, it's fresh in my mind because it was just yesterday. And so I looked through all that. And of course my mind thinks about who's doing this, and it would be, of course, homemakers, or your retired folks, senior citizens, the real senior citizens, whichever that is. Yeah, people who are have their home, what it used to be, homebound or something, and they're taking advantage. It's just another way of taking advantage of people, seriously. And then I started digging a little deeper. A lot of things that you see it. So it was one of those things, you know, you start thinking, yeah, well, it's true. Some of this stuff is what you do anyway, but you don't get paid for it. But you're really not getting paid for it through them either. It's like, it's very much pennies. Very much pennies. So haven't we all done something for pennies these days? But yeah, $1 an hour, say, if you really work at it, maybe, and no promises, you might do a whole bunch of them, and they keep telling you you don't qualify for it. But $1 an hour is what I was making when I was 12 years old. I think when I had a job. I think I was 12 and one of my sisters was 13, and we both worked. And yeah, that was, when was that? Back in 1975, right? Yeah, 1975. So I was shocked when I would. This started off yesterday was because I was looking for jobs online, and I was noticing how little they were paying. And once again, this is not new to me. Not new. Once again, I said, you know, they're trying to pay people what they were paying, like in the 80s. Well, now I've seen one that pays in the 70s. But you know what's bad? I've seen some that pay like in the 50s, and they did in the 50s and 60s. This is ridiculous. Anyway, if you want to, that's enough for this video. If you want to subscribe, click the circle. If you want to watch another video, click one of the rectangles on this channel. And if you want to share on your own social media, feel free to do so if you can. And I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.